Look around you right now, wherever you are, perhaps sitting on a comfortable couch at home. Maybe you are lying in bed or scrolling on your phone while pretending to be busy. Consider this strange thought. What if you are being watched by something beyond your own perception? It is not your neighbors, nor hidden cameras, nor some secret government agency tracking your movements. What if, somewhere out there in the vast dark, an alien civilization is watching Earth now? They are not invading, they are not attacking, they are simply watching, observing, and patiently waiting. The weirdest part is that we might never know they are there, watching our every move. When most people imagine aliens, they envision giant metallic spaceships appearing suddenly over our major cities. They picture explosions, blinding laser beams, and the chaotic destruction seen in classic Hollywood science fiction. But what if real alien civilizations are far more sophisticated and smarter than that common trope? Think about humans and how we conduct our own scientific research on animals in the wild. When scientists study creatures in their natural habitat, they do not walk in screaming their presence. They do not shout, "Hello everyone, we are here," because that would surely ruin the entire study. Instead, they hide themselves, they observe from a distance, and they carefully collect important behavioral information. They try their absolute best not to interfere with the natural progression of the local ecosystem. Now, try to imagine a civilization that is millions of years more advanced than our own. What would they do if they encountered a primitive species like ours on a small planet? And more importantly, would we even notice if they were observing us from the very shadows? Let us start with a simple fact. The universe is fundamentally and quite ridiculously old. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago, while modern humans have existed for 300,000 years. That sounds impressive. Until you realize that if Earth's history were a single day, human civilization appears only in the final few seconds before the clock strikes midnight. We are new, very new, and cosmically speaking, we are basically the newborns of the galaxy. This is important because it means other civilizations could have had an enormous head start, not hundreds of years, not thousands, but millions, or perhaps even billions of years ahead. Imagine showing a modern smartphone to someone living in the year 1025. It would be magic. Now imagine technology millions of years beyond ours, which we would not even recognize as technology. This creates a strange possibility. Maybe aliens do not need giant ships for their arrival. Maybe they do not need dramatic entrances, but are already here in ways we cannot understand. Before you check your closet for extraterrestrials, let us talk about the science behind this idea. Scientists have actually thought about this, and one famous concept is called the zoo hypothesis. It sounds exactly as weird as it is, but the premise is quite logical and simple. What if advanced alien civilizations know we are here, but they intentionally choose to avoid contact? It is just like how humans observe animals in a protected nature reserve or a park. Imagine you are studying a newly discovered tribe that has never encountered our modern, complex civilization. You would not immediately land a helicopter in their village and start handing out shiny smartphones. That would completely disrupt their society and destroy the very thing you wanted to study closely. Instead, you would watch, observe, and learn from a distance to keep your presence hidden. Maybe that is exactly what aliens are doing with us. Watching from a very safe distance. They are waiting for humanity to reach a certain stage of development and technological maturity. They are waiting for us to stop trying to destroy ourselves every few decades of history. If you were an alien scientist studying Earth, would you introduce yourself right now to us? Or would you wait a little longer until we were ready for such a monumental encounter? Here is where things get even stranger. Because aliens do not even need to be here. They could be watching from light years away. Since light takes time to travel across space. When you look at the moon, you are seeing it as it was 1 second ago. When you look at the sun, you are seeing it 8 minutes in the past today. When astronomers look at distant galaxies, they are looking millions or billions of years into history. The universe is basically a giant time machine, and aliens could be doing the same thing. Some civilization hundreds of light years away might be watching Earth as it appeared centuries ago. Right now, they could be observing medieval kingdoms, ancient empires, or perhaps even roaming dinosaurs. To them, humanity would not even exist yet, as our light has not reached them. Somewhere else, another civilization could be seeing Earth exactly as it is in this moment, watching our cities, our satellites, our internet, and even our endless stream of cat videos, which is both fascinating and slightly embarrassing when you think about what they are seeing. Now let us talk about something that keeps astronomers awake at night, the Fermi Paradox. Named after physicist Enrico Fermi, the question is simple. If life is common, where is everyone? The universe contains hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone, and billions of galaxies. Statistically speaking, life should be everywhere. So why do we not see any obvious evidence? Perhaps they are staying quiet, or perhaps they are deliberately avoiding us for their own reasons. As we ponder their silence, let us start with a simple, humbling fact about our existence. The universe is ridiculously old, stretching across vast eons that our minds struggle to truly grasp. Earth itself formed about 4.5 billion years ago, a mere speck in the cosmic timeline of events. Modern humans have existed for roughly 300,000 years, which sounds impressive when we consider our rapid progress. However, this duration feels fleeting until you realize that if Earth's history were a single day, human civilization appears only in the final few seconds, just moments before the clock strikes midnight. We are new, very new, and cosmically speaking, we are basically the newborns of the entire galaxy. That perspective is important because it means other civilizations could have had an enormous head start. Not hundreds of years, not thousands, but potentially millions or even billions of years of development. Imagine showing a modern smartphone to someone from the year 1025 living in a primitive world. To them, it would look like absolute magic, a device defying every law of nature they knew. Now imagine technology millions of years beyond ours, existing in realms we cannot even begin to fathom. We probably would not even recognize it as technology at all, blinded by our own limited understanding. This creates a strange, unsettling possibility that challenges everything we think we know about the deep cosmos. Maybe aliens do not need giant ships, nor do they require dramatic, cinematic arrivals to be present. Maybe they are already here, existing in ways we simply do not possess the capacity to understand. They could be woven into the fabric of reality, watching us from dimensions we cannot perceive today. Now, before you start checking your closet for extraterrestrials, let us take a moment to talk science. We must look at the data, the probabilities, and the cold, hard logic of the vast universe. Science provides a lens through which we can examine these wild possibilities with a clear, rational mind. By analyzing the stars, we might find the answers we seek hidden in the quiet, dark void. The search for truth is rarely about the spectacle, but rather the slow, careful accumulation of knowledge. We are learning to listen to the whispers of the universe, hoping to hear a distant, ancient signal. Perhaps the key to finding them is not looking for ships, but looking for patterns in light. Every star is a potential home, a beacon in the night that might hold secrets of life. We stand on the precipice of discovery, peering into the abyss, waiting for the abyss to blink. The silence of the cosmos is not necessarily an empty room, but perhaps a very crowded one. We're like children playing in a forest, unaware that the adults are watching from the trees. This realization changes our place in the universe, shifting us from masters to mere curious, small subjects. It is a humbling thought, yet it is one that drives our relentless, human need to explore. We keep looking up, searching for something that might have been watching us for a very long time. The universe is vast, and our time here is short, but the mystery keeps us reaching forward. Let us continue this journey of inquiry, exploring the scientific theories that define our search for life. The answers are out there, waiting for us to grow enough to finally understand their complex, silent language. We are the observers, but we are also the observed, caught in a dance of cosmic proportions tonight. Every discovery brings us closer to the truth, stripping away the layers of our own naive human assumptions. We are part of a larger story, one written in the stars long before we ever looked up. The journey is just beginning, and the silence is merely the pause before the next great, grand revelation. So, keep your eyes on the horizon, for the universe is far more alive than we ever dared. There is a beauty in the unknown, a promise that we are not as alone as we once feared.